So this is the last part of the review, 7.EE2, expressions and equations. And we're going to start off with this problem. You bought a used car for X dollars. 1 year later, the value of the car was at 0.88x, Q's method. Which expression is another way to describe the change in the value of the car? So, give me a second. Now, the value of the car before you drive it off or you buy it, it's at 100% of its value. Right? And 1 year later, it was worth 0.88x, or at 88%. Right? So it says, which expression is another way to describe the change in the value of the car? So from 100% when you first got it, and after a year later, after you use it up to get to 88%, right? To find the change, you use subtraction, and that'll be a 12% decrease. Now, the reason why it's 12% and not 0.12, because when they want a percentage, right? 0.12% and 12% are two different values. Two different values. All right, let's move down. And if you want to answer this, you would go here. You would put the answer, A, B, C, or D. And then here, if you don't want to send a picture to me and show your work, you would explain here how you got your answer by typing in here. And then you put your answer. I think it was C. You just put a letter C, and then that'll be it. All right. Two. Okay, two. The population of a city is expected to increase by 7.5% next year. If P represents the current population, right, which would be 100% of the population, which expression represents the expected population next year? So, 100, which is 100%. Whoops. Percent. Oh, new marker. 100%, which is 1, and 7.5%, which is 0.075. If you move it 2 spaces to the left to convert it to a decimal, 0.075 right here. You add that together, you get 1.075. So the expression will be 1.075. P. 75 is 1.75. This would mean it would be 75% and not 7.5%. And these 1 plus 0.075. This will be right, but it needs to have the P, which represents the population. And you can't add a variable and a number here. These are not like terms, so you can't combine them. So again, you type answer, you'll put your answer B, and then, backspace, and then you either show your work or you explain your answer here, what you did, and then you do that by typing, as you can see there. And now we can move on to 3. I'll clean this later. Sally has a discount card that reduces the price of her grocery bill in a certain store by 5%. If C represents the cost of Sally's groceries, which expression represents Sally's grocery bill? So it has a discount card that reduces the price of a grocery bill. So the grocery bill was 100% of the price, right? Number here, underline the question, box the action words, expression. 100% of the price, or 1, and it decreased, so we're subtracting by 5%, which is 0.05%. 1 minus 0.05 is 0.95. So our answer will be 0.95C. This would be right. No, actually it would not be right. Because you can't subtract a variable and a number. You can't add a variable and a number. This won't be right either anyway. And 0.05 is, yes, will be the percentage decreased by. But they forgot to add that 100% of the price minus the percentage that the store gave the discount on. So again, by this time, you know that here, you include your answer, A, B, C, or D. And I believe we picked B. And then here, you go to here. You either show your work by taking a picture and sending it to me, or you type in your answer. And I can add this. Okay. Okay, 4. Lance bought notebooks that cost 0.75 cents each, or 75 cents each, and P pens that cost 55 cents each. A 6.25% sales tax will be applied to the cost, which expression represents the total amount paid. So you got your notebooks. Terrible. You got your notebooks. You got your pens. And you got your sales tax. You got your question. Get your Q's method. So let's say I bought 2 notebooks times 0.75 plus 2 pens, 2 times 0.55. I bought 2 pens, 2 notebooks, right? 150 plus 110, and you get 150 plus 110, 260. So 260, and then I have a sales tax, which adds on to the price. So 2.60 times 6.25%, I have to turn to a decimal, so that's 0.0625, and I get the price of that, whatever that is. Don't know yet. Use my calculator. 2.60 times 0.0625, I get 0.1625. That's my sales tax dollar amount. Then I gotta add that to the price. I get 2.7625 rounded. That'll be 2.76. That'll be my price. So I gotta use this scenario. Let's say I bought 2 pens, 2 notebooks. So I got the price of both of them right here, and then the sales tax is 6.25%. So I convert that to a decimal, multiply it by the price. I got the sales tax dollar amount. I took the dollar amount and added it to the price, and I got this. So here I have to find a situation that represents this scenario here. So, okay, I see what they did. They added these 2. Okay. They added the cost of the pen and notebook. Okay. And then they added the sales tax. Then they added again the price again, and added the sales tax on top of the price of the notebook and pencil. notebook and pen. That wouldn't match this. So here they took the sales tax and they got the sales tax of the notebook and pen, and then they added it again to the notebook and pen. Okay, that's double work. Okay, here they took the price of this. They found the sales tax. Okay, then they found the sales tax of that, but they didn't. They found this would only give you the sales tax dollar amount and wouldn't add it onto the price. Here they got the notebook, and then they added the 1.0625. It's the same thing as doing this, where you find a sales tax dollar amount and then you add it to the original price. And this original price is 100% of the price. So that's why they got 1.0625 here. This is the same as doing this. So they took the price, they added the sales tax. This was for the notebook. Then they went for the pen, and they multiplied it by the sales tax. 1.0625 is the same thing as multiplying this by 0.0625 and then adding it to the original cost, which is 0.55%. So our answer would be D. This scenario would match this situation. All I did here was give a random situation where I said, hey, let me see how much 2 pens and 2 notebooks will cost. And I went through the process so I could understand these choices here. And anytime you could slow this down and look over it again. But you can either show this work or explain what you did here, and that would let me know that you understand what I'm saying. And then 5. Okay, now we're on 5. Okay, let me go get a piece of tissue. Guys, I'm back. Okay. All right. So the original selling price of a share stock was $D. The selling price for a share of the same stock at a later date was represented by the expression 1.15 times 0.95D. Which description could explain what happened to the price of the stock? So this 1.15 tells me that it increased by 15%, and this 0.95D tells me that it decreased by 5%. So let me read it again. The original selling price of the share stock was $D. Okay, so that was here. So $D, which is 100% of the price. The selling price for a share of the same stock at a later date was represented by the expression, okay, perfect. So what that tells me is if it started at 100%, it's at 95%, the stock decreased by 5% because it went from 100% here all the way to 95%. That's why we had that 0.95D. Now, here represents the 100% of the stock, which is 0.95 times 15%. I know, 100% of stock plus an additional 15%. So 100 plus 15 gives you 115 as a decimal. That's 1.15. So that shows me that the price decreased by 5% and then increased by 15%. C. So here, these are very confusing, but remember, percent can't be a percent is not less than a percent is never less than 1. You can't have a percent that's less than 1. So a lot of you guys will get confused between A and C. This right here would give it away. The price decreased by 95%. If that was the case, then this would be 0.05. Because it'll go from 100% minus 95 will give you 5%, and then a decimal, that's 0.05. So if that decreased by 9%, this would be 0.05, and then increase by 0.15. Again, percent is never less than 1, so automatically these two are out. Then the price decreased by 95%. This right here, automatically statement takes it out. This is true, but this is not true. And if it decreased by 95%, again, this would be 0.05 because it started at 100. So 100 minus 5% is 0.95. That increased by 15%. That 1.15 shows me that the original price plus a 15% increase. Again, so here, how'd you get your answer? Click C, and then boom. If you don't want to show your work, you can always explain your answer here by looking back at the video. Last but not least, so Sammy drew a rectangle that was W inches wide. I'm already drew it. And the expression was 2 times 2W plus 2W, which represents the perimeter. Okay, so 2 times 2W plus 2W. This is 4W plus 2W is 6W. So the perimeter is 6W. Okay. Which statement represents the perimeter of the rectangle? The perimeter is 6 inches more than the width. Okay. The perimeter is 6 times the width. The perimeter is 2 inches more than the width. And the perimeter is 2 times the width. Okay. Okay. So here's 2W. 2W. That's the length, and the width is here. Okay. 2 times W, and this is W. All right. So if the perimeter is 6W and the width is W, this would mean that B is true. The perimeter is W, is 6W, and the width is W. It's just 1W. For the width to equal the perimeter, you have to multiply this by 6 to get 6W. So the perimeter is 6 times the width. The perimeter is 2 inches more than the width. That wouldn't be true. The perimeter is 2 times the width. If that was the case, then the width would be 3. The perimeter is 6 inches more than the width. The perimeter is 6 times the width. The perimeter is 6 inches more than the width. Oh, that won't be true either, because if you added 6 to 1W, that would be 7W. So if this is true, our 1W for the width plus 6W would be 7W, and our perimeter is 6W. So that won't be true either. So B is our answer. So this is the last part of the the assignment. If you go up, we're going to do 7.rp.2 tomorrow morning. So we're going to do these questions here tomorrow morning. Keep going. We're going to do this at 11 a.m. March 23rd. You have this video here for 7.ee2. This assignment is due Wednesday. This assignment is due March 25th, which is Wednesday. To hand it in, and I'll grade it. See you guys later.